Simple ways to effectively communicate in your marriage. The first one is to be a listener. A lot of us are not listeners. We listen to respond, we listen to react, or we do not listen to understand the point of view of the other person. If you want your marriage to thrive, if you want to effectively communicate in your marriage, you have to be a good listener. And being a good listener means sometimes after listening, you don't necessarily have answers. You have to process what the other person said. Tell them to give you time to actually respond so that you can respond appropriately if need be. So yes, it's important to first be a listener if you want to communicate effectively. Another thing to note, to be an effective communicator in your marriage is to be one who is empathetic. Put yourself in the shoes of the other person. As the woman, put yourself in the shoes as the man. When he has to spend money, when he has to be there for his family, when he has to give security in terms of shelter and every other thing. Put yourself in the shoes sometimes. This will help you understand this point of view better. And as a man, sometimes put yourself in your wife's shoes, and this will go a long way in understanding how she feels and the rush of her emotions. To also effectively communicate in your marriage, see one another as a team. See yourselves as team members who is against the other odds. Do not see yourself as Team A and Team B against each other. See both of you as members of the same team. This will make it easy for you to combat issues with the same goal. That is to say that eventually the goal is not to be right, the goal is to be happy. So yes, there has to be no winner because you are team members to start with. See each other as team members. Number four is very, very key. To effectively communicate in a marriage, you have to understand each other's love languages. We already know the love languages as stated by Dr. Gary Chapman in his book, The Five Love Languages. When you understand the language of your spouse, it will make everything easy for you. You know what they want. You know how they want to be understood. You know what they would understand easily. This will actually go a long way in improving your communication and making it effective in your marriage. The last but not the least, in terms of communicating effectively, is being able to read the mood of your spouse and knowing when they would be receptive to whatever you want to say to them. Now, imagine your husband coming in from work, and that's the moment you are downloading all the problems of the day to him. You are not going to communicate effectively because at that time he's exhausted. It just needs to calm down, relax, and maybe eat, have a shower. So you have to let him rest. Anything you want to say to him can wait till he's in a better state of mind. Same with the woman. You cannot expect that the moment your wife wakes up in the morning is when you want to tell her about all the things you need her to do. Let her first relax and be in tune with the day and all of that before you start to tell her things. So knowing the mood of your spouse and when they'll be receptive to whatever it is that you want to say to them will go a long way in helping you communicate effectively in your marriage.